Hey, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of the Ultimate Ironman. And we left off training magic on fire giants, and we just got a rune scimitar, and we also got a long bone. So the plan for now is to finish up the rest of the fire strikes that we have, and then start working towards doing death to the Dorgeshuun, so we can trade in long and curved bones. And here's the stats we currently have if you want to pause and take a look at it. Looks like we had just enough casts to get us to 51 magic. That means we could use the Artie teleport spell now, but I'm not going to be using that for a while because we have the Artie cloak, which takes it pretty close there. And because it uses up 2 law runes, but even if it only used 1 law rune, I really don't want to waste law runes because they're kind of hard to come by right now. Okay, there we go. We just used up the last of the mind runes. And what I'm going to do now is note all the herbs we have. So let's leave here. We're going to use the monastery teleport. And right next to the monastery, there's a farming patch. And next to every farming patch is a tool leprechaun. So we could take all of our herbs here, note them all on him. And then in a bit, we're going to head to the wilderness and put them all in the looting bag. And they will pile up with the noted herbs that we have in there already. Instead of teleporting to the house from here, I'm going to teleport to pest control and get to the house that way so I don't have to waste a law rune. From pest control, it's not too far of a run. The only requirement that we're missing for death to the Dorgeshuun is the Lost Tribe quest. And that's the reason why we're here, because for both quests, we need a light source. And the most convenient light source that we can get is our fire-making cape. Also, I need to keep the hood because we can't store the cape by itself, so the hood's going to be staying in the inventory. You can get it back for free, but I don't want to have to go out of my way if I don't have to. And just to clarify, the perk of the fire-making cape is that it acts as an inextinguishable light source, whether it's in the inventory or equipped, so we can still wear it graceful. We started the Lost Tribe, I think it was the last video or 2 videos ago, so we could suicide in the Lumberj's basement, so we're just going to finish that up first. Yes, we just unlocked my favorite emote in the game, the Goblin Salute. I love it. We got a mining level out of that, I believe. A Ring of Life, which we don't need, but for hardcores, it's a really good quest to get done early because it's one of the earliest ways to get Ring of Life. And that also means we can now do Death to the Dorgeshuun, which we're going to do right now. And then one more really important thing that we get out of that is we can now buy a bone crossbow and bone bolts. So whenever we decide to start training range, that'll probably be the go-to for a while. Right here is the guy that sells all the bone equipment stuff. So bone crossbow is 2k and bone bolts are 3 GP each. You can buy them in bulk too if you want to buy 100 at a time. But let's go over here, talk to Mistag, and start Death to the Dorgeshuun. This part of the quest requires you to have 2 full sets of ham robes, and it was confirmed by Mod Ash that when you get to this part of the quest, you have a higher chance of actually getting ham pieces when you're pickpocketing the ham members. So it's best to wait until this point when you start the quest to actually go up to try and get the 2 sets. Yes, there we go. We finally got all the pieces that we need for 2 full sets of ham robes. After the quest, I'm probably going to end up storing the ham set in the house. I'm pretty sure you can store it. I know most people just skip through the dialogue, but there's so much underrated dialogue in all the quests in the game, and you're introducing Xanac to all the surface dwellers, and the cook says, "Oh, nice to meet you. Can you help me out with the cake?" Xanac's too nice. We don't got time for that. Overheads make this way too easy. And Death to the Dorgeshuun is completed. We got a little bit of XP. We can use the bone crossbow special attack. And I know it sounds pretty useless or bogus, but later on when we're doing Vorkath, it's kind of like a budget BGS. It works kind of the same way in lowering defense. So it's actually going to be useful for some situations. We can also enter the ham storerooms now, which is a way to get jewelry, and we could use that to get either teleport jewelry, combat jewelry, or as a way to like alch jewelry to make money. So we might end up doing that later on. And we also got a thieving level and maybe like 1 or 2 range levels. Here we are now in the underground city known as Dorgeshuun. And Barlack over here will take bones from you. Long bones, you get 1k coins and 4.5k construction XP. And curve bones give you 2k GP and 6750 construction XP. So if we talk to him, we will give him the bone. Oh, that sounds really weird. And we get 4.5k construction XP. That's so close to the level. I think long bones and curve bones are also tracked on the collection log, so it'll be interesting to see how many we get over time. We can store up to 4 sets of armor in the tier of armor case that we have built, so that's going in there, and the fire-making cape is going back on the cape rack. Next quest we're going to be doing are Recruitment Drive and Lost City, and for both these we're going to have pretty much nothing on us. For Recruitment Drive you need nothing, and then Lost City you can't have any weapons or armor, so we're going to suicide the account, and then we should hopefully be done with both of them within 1 hour and be able to get the looting bag back in that time. We're going to get both of the quests started first so we can minimize the amount of time our items are going to be on the ground for. Alright, let's get a sex change. Hey girl, hey. And we gotta store our graceful in the magic wardrobe because that's also untradeable. We're gonna do recruitment drive first because after Lost City you get the Draymond staff and that's untradeable. And for recruitment drive you can't have anything at all. So once we die here we've got 1 hour to get everything done. And remember that also includes the time to get the looting bag and use the canoe back and forth to Edgeville to put stuff in the looting bag. I don't know why, this looks so funny. Animals are great. There we go, recruitment drive is done. Now we gotta rush back to Lumbridge, grab our Fire Strike runes, and go over to Intrana. And we got a coupon and our GP back so we can get our sex change again. And I guess our default death spawn is now in Falador, but we can always change that. Graceful is allowed on the island, so we're gonna be grabbing that. The spellbook filter coming in handy once again so I don't accidentally teleport away. We got our Draymond staff, and once we enter, that is the end of the Lost City quest. 3 quest points. And we can buy and equip Dragon Longswords and Dragon Daggers. It may not be that cool now, but 15 years ago, Dragon Longsword was pretty cool. It also puts us at over 100 total quest points now. We gotta get a looting bag though, so let's pick up some stuff and try to get that. We have 30 minutes left, so that's plenty of time. Wow, 2 kills and we got the looting bag. That's pretty freaking lucky. That is how you know today's going to be a good day. I want to take some time to clear out a little bit of space in the looting bag, and I'm going to sell off the mithril ores because 24 mithril ores probably isn't worth keeping. We're going to use up all these silver ores now, so we can come over here to the bank booth, unnote them, and for each bar you make, you get 13.7 smithing XP. And then with the bars, I'm going to make the bars into tiaras because that gives the most crafting XP per bar without having to get the secondary gems like the opals or jades or whatever. And then we're going to run over here after each inventory to the general store and sell them for, I guess it starts at 40. And it goes down to, I guess, 10 GP probably. It's more of just a way to not have to worry about dropping them, because we have plenty of money as it is. That's not going to add up too much. 43 crafting, we can now cut all those diamonds that we have in the looting bag. If I had a bank, I'd probably make them into unstrung symbols, so later on when I do lunar diplomacy, I could use the string jewelry spell. But tiaras give 2.5 more XP anyways. 44, 45, 41 smithing. We are gaining so many levels today. We got a genie lamp, can give us 23 herb lore. 46 crafting is one of the requirements for the Fremnik Isles, so when we go for our Nezi, we'll have that requirement done. Okay, just finished making all the silver ores into bars and tiaras and getting all the smithing and crafting XP. I think we'll just continue on with the questline series and do Fairy Tale Part 1, and hopefully we'll see how the nature tally thing goes, see if the meme stays alive. There's over 30 items that we could possibly get, so the odds of getting nature tally, I guess it's 50-50. Oops, just noticed we have to do Nature Spirit first, so let's go and do that. And of course, what do we need for the quest? A silver sickle. Alright y'all, time for some agility training. Alright, there we go. Nature Spirit is done. Let's go ahead and try Fairy Tale 1 now. Oh, we got a craft level out of that. The hit points level, defense level. Wait, I missed it. I didn't see the items that we need. I just skipped through the dialogue. Once we open this up, we will see what 3 items that we need for the quest. Alright. Uncut diamond, raw cave eel, edible seaweed. No nature talisman. The meme has been broken. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think it was like episode 6 of the Hardcore Ironman series. It was really early on, but yeah, we're good. We can get these pretty easily. Back in my hardcore, I camped sand crabs for 3 days to get the nature talisman. And we're going to be camping sand crabs on this account, but this time to get the edible seaweed, which is an uncommon drop. This guy over here is one of my favorite NPCs in the game. His name is Hot Please. Oh, we got trolled so hard. It's the regular seaweed, not the edible. Okay, I just looked up the exact rate. Apparently it is 1 out of 64 for the edible seaweed. Bro, I've seen so many seaweed drops. Oh, we got it. There we go. The total amount of kills for that was 45. You can also just pick them up on Fossil Island, but we don't have that unlocked. But we'll get around to that eventually. And there's the cave eel that we need. Because our spawn point is in Falador now, we're going to aggro a bunch of these white knights. It's multi-combat, which helps a bit if I can even find any other white knights around here. Mod Matt K, hello? And then we're just going to suicide the account here and get a new looting bag. We have all the diamonds in the looting bag. I really don't want to do Shiloh Village and get to the gem mine right now, or hope for a random event or something, or hope for the rare drop table. So this is the easiest way to get the stuff out. It's also nice because you don't have to worry about running in and out of the Lumbridge swamp cellar basement thing every, I think, 30 seconds before you start getting attacked. Here I have more time to pick and choose what I want. I'm not rushed to keep going in and out. I think I'm going to switch my death spawn back to Lumbridge because using the canoe to go back and forth to Edgeville and Lumbridge is a lot easier than making my way from Falador up to the wilderness from there. So we're going to change that, but it's cool to at least have tested it out. Okay, we'll take off a couple items here and we can unnote the diamond that we need, and there we go, got all 3 items now. We have to go through the Mortmire Swamp, which means there's a chance that we could lose our edible seaweed if we don't have the gas pouch or whatever, the Druid pouch. So I'm going to use some pineapple slices to buff up the inventory with more food. And hopefully we don't lose both of our edible seaweeds. I feel like the odds of that would be pretty low, but you never know, it could happen. Okay, we made it, and we only lost 1 pineapple ring. Fairy Tale Part 1 is done. Going from level 6 to 19 farming, and we got the magic secateurs out of that. And the magic secateurs increase your yield when farming crops by 10%, I believe, and we can store those in the tool leprechaun. But yeah, definitely a quest you want to get done before you ever even start training farming, because that pushes you way up. Now that Fairy Tale 1 is done, we can start Fairy Tale Part 2, and this is the quest that unlocks fairy rings. I know we don't have the requirements, but to actually just unlock the fairy rings, it's like 5 or 10 minutes into the quest, and you don't have to actually have the requirements to get the fairy rings. So we're going to unlock fairy rings now. Okay, once we go through this dialogue, we should have fairy rings unlocked. So if we try to teleport anywhere with this, let's just type in a random code here. We can now teleport around the game. We just unlocked, outside of like actually teleporting, probably one of the most important forms of transportation for an Ironman. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in episode 1 that I really want to get fairy rings unlocked, and we have achieved that goal today. And if we use the Artie Cloak, there's a fairy ring right over here. So pretty much we can get to a fairy ring anytime we want with the Artie Cloak. And then looking on the map, we also have the spirit tree over here. This is so sick, dude. I'm so glad we got that done. We're probably going to end up doing more quests in the future that require us to not have anything in our inventory, and we'll have to get rid of the Draymond staff since it's untradeable. And it's kind of annoying to get back because to go to Intrana, we have to have no weapons or armor, so we'll have to suicide and then get the Draymond staff and then come all the way back and get Loonbag again and do the whole thing all over again. But you know, for now, we got our Draymond staff, gotta appreciate it. They say you never truly appreciate what you got until it's gone. Fairy rings are also going to speed up a lot of questing too to get around. Alright, let's come over to the tool leprechaun over here and store our secateurs so they are safe forever. And I think we'll just knock out a couple quests real quick, just some fast ones just to get them out of the way before I wind down the day and do some AFK fishing for a while. When it's your first time using fairy rings on another account and you've never teleported anywhere before, it doesn't log any of them until you've actually gone there before. But I know like almost all of them just from doing medium clues on my main account. And to be honest, like half the time I don't even go here because I just know them in my head. That's a weird flex, no one asked. My symbol in the quest is Aquarius, the water bearer. You know what else is water? Mudkip. You know what this reminds me of? In the Generation 3 Pokemon games, you know, like Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby, you start out on a moving truck, and it reminds me a lot of this. I think in all the other Pokemon games, you start out in your room, but in Gen 3, you start out in like an enclosed space like this. Okay, this is the end of Merlin's Crystal, and this quest gives the most quest points out of any quest in the game, besides for RFD if you count that all as one big quest, but we get 6 quest points from that. And nothing else besides Excalibur, which I guess is like a budget defense potion. It gives you 8 defense levels when you use the special attack. So we can use it right here. And you'll see you get 8 defense levels. I'm going to drop it. You can get back anytime from the Lady of the Lake for 500 GP. That's just a waste of an inventory space. I'm sure it has some very niche use though. We're at 114 quest points now. When UIM bingo started, we were at 59 and the title is to get 100 quest points. So we have to end with 159. We've gotten 55 quest points so far now. Over halfway done and we have like 2.5 weeks left. Okay, so we're doing big chompy bird hunting. I didn't look very closely at the requirements. We need 30 range for the quest and we're so close. Okay, there we go, 30 range. We can now finish up the quest, and it also means we could do animal magnetism and get the accumulator whenever we decide to go and start training range. That's something that we'll definitely have to get. Okay, and big chompy bird hunting quest is done. Because we're all geared up for ogre stuff anyways, I think we'll just do the ogre part or the chompy part, whatever, of Recipe for Disaster. Well, you know me, always talking about transportation. We just unlocked probably the most useless transportation in the game. This boat right here takes you from Feldup Hills to Taibowanai. I don't think that's useful for any situation. And you also have to pay a cooked chompy, I think, every time you use this service. Okay, let's use the jubbly on this dude, and that is another part of RFD done. I think it's actually the first part we've done. So I think that means bronze gloves are unlocked. Oh, and a range level. We're going to do the Lumbridge guide part as well because we could buy all the supplies right here and it'll be really fast. And yeah, we got bronze gloves so far. Okay, and now we have iron gloves unlocked. And we also got a magic level out of that. Well, it's that time of day again when we go AFK fly fishing for a while. I'm going to grow a cat because we need a cat for multiple quests throughout the game. Yeah, I think we just paid 100 GP for that. And while we're fishing, we can just feed it. We are starting with 53 cooking and 47 fishing. And that's going to be all for today. I'm going to start planning out what to do for the next video and see what quests and what just stuff in general I want to get done. We made some pretty good progress today with all the questing. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again next time.